So it's that time of year again, daylight saving time. Personally, I always thought it was daylight savings time. Shout out to the Mandela Effect community. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to use the quote-unquote official title, daylight saving time. So this connects with 9/11, and forgive me, I have to throw in a couple of Back to the Future references. We're talking about time and 9/11, and of course, many people connected 9/11 with Back to the Future, so I'll leave a couple links in the description box. So daylight saving time, many of us will have to turn back our clocks tomorrow. Like I said, not everybody observes this practice, but many people in the United States do. And one thing that people will say, friends, family members, coworkers, whatever, they'll say, turn your clocks back. Well, that's not exactly time travel, but again, I have to throw in a couple of Back to the Future references. So I guess we can start with Doc Brown. In that movie, he was the inventor of time travel. And one of his idols was Benjamin Franklin, famous inventor. You can tell this from the first movie, when main character, Marty, goes back in time to talk to a younger version of Doc. He's telling him about how he came from the future, and there's a key scene where he's telling him this stuff. And it's no coincidence that between these two, on the fireplace or mantle or whatever, there's a picture of Benjamin Franklin. So we're told Benjamin Franklin invented many things. So you would think an inventor like Doc Brown would, of course, would idolize him. But I think it's part of the joke. You got to imagine it had a little something to do with Benjamin Franklin being the inspiration for daylight saving time, when you turn your clocks back. So I'm going to show a few gematria examples before I get to why I was inspired to make this video. But I'm going to talk about the number 254. And you can find these ciphers that I'm talking about at a website called gematrinator.com. So if you see the top, it says turn your clocks back. That's a very common phrase around this time of year in the United States. Turn your clocks back. If we use the reverse ordinal cipher of gematria, you'll see that turn your clocks back equals 254. If you look at the bottom of the screen, time equals 254. So for this, we're going to use the English extended cipher, which I'll show. So there's the chart on the screen there. The word time with this cipher equals 254. And Doc Brown, the inventor of time travel in this movie, he's always saying, "Great Scott." So if we use a capital G and a capital S with the Frank Baconis cipher, that equals 254. And this is a case-sensitive cipher, so it has to be just as you see, with a capital G, capital S. Great Scott equals 254. So again, Great Scott equals 254. Flux capacitor, capital F, capital C. With the reverse Francis Bacon cipher, flux capacitor equals 254. Of course, if you watch that movie, you know that's what makes time travel possible. You got the inventor of time travel always saying, "Great Scott." Those equal 254. Again, the word time in English extended equals 254. Turn your clocks back equals 254. And if it's not a leap year, in a standard year, the 254th day of the year is September 11th, or 9/11. So that's really why I decided to make this video, because of this headline that I saw that made me think of 9/11. So if you look off to the left, just this little headline here. It's talking about daylight saving time. And I already knew that it had this 9/11 connection. But so I'll read the little headline. It says New York among 33 states considering end to daylight saving time. Lawmakers say time to end very cumbersome practice. You can see it's in quotes. Now, I've known about gematria a long, long time, but when I first started to really take it seriously, I was watching gematria guru Zachary K. Hubbard. And one thing that he said a lot was that when you're looking at a headline and they have a word or a phrase in quotes, definitely check the gematria value. And that's what I did here. So I'll show you the chart, but in the Fibonacci cipher, what was in quotes, very cumbersome practice, equals 9/11. So there's the chart on the screen, the Fibonacci cipher. Again, very cumbersome practice, equals 9/11. And if we use the reverse satanic cipher, daylight saving time equals 9/11. Now, a lot of people remember daylight savings with an S. I realize this. I am one of those people that still says daylight savings time, but it's supposed to be, right, officially it's daylight saving time, and it just so happens that gematria value is 9/11. You can verify that on this chart here. Again, these ciphers are at gematrinator.com. So daylight saving time equals 911. Again, this news article says it's a quote-unquote very cumbersome practice, and that equals 911. 911 connects with the number 254 because the 254th day of the year is typically September 11th, 9/11. And again, turn your clocks back equals 254. Time equals 254. The time, the inventor of time travel in Back to the Future always says, Great Scott, that equals 254. And if you know the movie, what makes time travel possible is called the flux capacitor. And if you capitalize the words just right, flux capacitor equals 254. So don't forget. Never forget. 9/11 connects many ways with time. Oh yeah, and don't forget, turn your clocks back.